Hello and welcome to Guns and Gear. It was after careful consideration that I decided to post a video and share some of my thoughts as it relates to that horrific event that took place in Connecticut. That was not due to me not wanting to share my opinions or thoughts, nor was it due to me not wanting to engage in conversations and debates. But rather I thought it to be respectful to wait while so many families suffer and grieve. I also knew for a fact that it would be quite some time before we actually understood some of the things that took place that day. You see, we today enjoy many forms of media, news, resources. But commercialized media seems to have a priority of sensationalism, of getting the story out quickly instead of substantiating what they are actually reporting. See, it was very early Friday afternoon when I first learned of this tragedy. I was driving home from a meeting from work. I was out of town. That drive took me about 2 hours, and I was listening to my radio. The horror, the shock. I began to think of our niece, who is a teacher in Connecticut, and called my wife. My wife told me that was not the school or even the area where our niece teaches. See, much of my wife's family lives in Connecticut, but I am still not that familiar with towns and cities and how they relate geographically. My wife and I shared a moment of the horror and sadness. As I drove, I began to think of my grandson, who will this upcoming March turn 5 years old, and how he was just a little bit younger than many of those victims. Young children. Why would someone perpetrate such a horrifying act at an elementary school, taking 20 young children's lives and 6 adults who worked there? Well, I also found frustration and even at times anger as a result of the broadcasts that were going on during that time, that early time. Not only were the facts changing because they were never substantiated, but there were some that it would appear, take opportunity to express their views on certain debates as it relates to violence and firearms. They chose to do that while children's bodies still lay dead in classrooms. I have to admit, I felt a degree of disgust as a result of that. You see, I wish to engage in this conversation and debate, and I will be making some videos very shortly covering that. I will try to keep the videos succinct with a specific topic, but I must tell you right now that while I do not mind debate, I will not tolerate hateful comments or disrespectful comments while so many families grieve. I do not care which side of the opinion being discussed you are on. I will remove all comments I feel are centered in hate and disrespect. You do not have First Amendment rights on my channel. You never have. To those families, I know no words I can express can alleviate any pain or suffering that you feel at this time. I wish I could offer some type of comfort. But I know that I cannot. I will say that my family, our thoughts and prayers are with you during this time of great sorrow. Well, thank you for watching my videos. I certainly appreciate it. Take care.